Hey, this is Victor with Southern Keto, and this is another Keto in the Car. Today I wanted to take this time to talk about a few things, a few questions that I've gotten, and just talk about a few things related to my channel. Now, first of all, I want to tell you about my schedule. This is a really busy time for me as far as my job goes this time of year. And so my plan is to upload Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now, Tuesday and Saturday, I'm going to do my best to do recipe videos because that's really what I love doing. I know you like those. And I've got so many ideas and so many things that I've already done that I need to release. And so I'm going to do those on Tuesday and Saturday. Now, please forgive me if I get too busy and I don't have time to do this. I'll always let you know in the community tab when I have a new video coming out, as well as my Facebook page and my Facebook group, which, if you don't know about the Facebook group, is Southern Keto's Keto and Carnivore Tribe. And I've got a link down below in the description to that. And that's where you can go in if you've got any recipes that you like from anybody. It definitely doesn't have to be me. But if you've got any recipes that you like or any comments that you want, anything you want me to try, as far as the recipe goes, that's the place to go. Just leave a comment, link a recipe from somebody else, and you may give me some ideas on things to do. Because I'm always looking for good ideas. But I'll always let you know if I've got a video coming out or if something comes up and I don't have a video coming out for some reason. I love cooking and making the videos for you, so Tuesdays and Saturdays are when I'm going to do those food videos. Now on Thursdays, sometimes I may come out with a recipe video on Thursday also, but what I plan on doing most of the time is either doing one of those doctor compilation videos or some sort of research or informational video or one of these Keto in the Cars. And if you have any specific questions you want me to talk about on the Keto in the Car, then leave me a comment down below so that I can talk about it. I'm always, like I said, I'm always looking for ideas. So I appreciate all the comments, good and bad. And speaking of bad comments, I did the lemon dessert video that a lot of you have probably seen. And if you haven't, I'll link it up there so you can see it. It's my favorite dessert. My wife came up with the recipe and then she kind of challenged me to make a video about it, and it's done really good. In fact, I came up with a different version that was released last week. But there were a lot of comments on there about the music. And what I found out, I mentioned this previously in another Keto in the Car, I think it was, but I didn't exactly know what happened. I listened to it on my headphones, it sounded fine. I listened to it on my phone, it sounded fine. My computer, it sounded fine. I casted the TV and it was all right. But what had happened on a few devices, I had done an update on my computer, a Windows update, and it had changed some of my audio output settings and I had no clue. Well, YouTube really helped me with this. I reached out to them and they were super helpful. They told me exactly what happened. They were already aware of it before I was. So you may have seen some videos released around that same time period where the music seemed like overly loud compared to normal on certain devices. Some people don't like it. Some people said, hey, turn it up, which I'm not going to do. But anyway, and some people just may not like that type of music anyway. But the deal with the music is, if it's just a super quiet video, it's really weird. It's kind of an uncomfortable thing. When I watch videos that have absolutely nothing in the background, and you don't need much. Don't get me wrong, that was too much for some of you. I don't mind it. I mean, I grew up watching MTV, so I love music. And even though I'm down south here, I'm not a huge country music fan. I like the old country, like Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, which I consider authentic country. I don't like the pop country stuff that, even some of the 90s country, like, I like Brooks and Dunn and things like that, but Kentucky Headhunters, those dudes are awesome. and I never even listened to them back then, but I went to see Bret Michaels and Sebastian Bach, of the singers from Poison and Skid Row, and Kentucky Headhunters opened up for them. And I'm going to tell you, those guys rock. But I'm a big rock fan. I'm a Southern rock fan. Probably my favorite band that came out, you know, when I was a teenager or whatever, that I continue listening to this day is the Black Crowes. And then Blackberry Smoke. I like the Allman Brothers. I mean, you know, a ton of the classic rock stuff I love. Anyway, that's a little off tangent. But I don't even use rock music in all my songs. Like that particular video is like some funky stuff, you know. So, I won't even say what some people said it was, but I mean, it kind of was. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. But I don't even use rock music and all the stuff. I kind of pick the music based on kind of the tone of the video, or you know what kind of recipe it is in some cases, or whatever it is. But anyway, I'm not trying to make the music like overwhelming or blaring or anything like that, but it kind of has to be in the background, just to keep your attention. And you don't even know, you know, a lot of times I don't even know what keeps my attention on videos, but a lot of times it's that background music and stuff. So I'm not going to do away with that. If you don't like background music at all, then this probably ain't the channel for you, because it's going to be on there. And I do like constructive criticism, but when it's something beyond my control, I mean, that was something I couldn't help. And I always listen to and watch the videos to make sure that the music's at a good level, that everything kind of flows together. And sometimes I miss things. I'm human. I'm sorry. Sometimes you're going to see me mess up in the kitchen on a video. And I'm going to show you, because, you know, when you're really cooking, things happen. It ain't always perfect. I mean, sometimes it ends up that way, which is cool. But if I mess up something, like I messed up the crust on that strawberry dessert because I forgot to turn it around in the oven while I was cooking it. Now, I've made that same crust a few times, and the first time that I ever made it, that happened. And so I remember to turn around. Well, I was doing too many things at one time, trying to get the rest of the video done while it was baking, and I forgot to turn it around. And so it got a little crispy. Now, it was still good. I still ate it. Ain't no problem with that. It didn't burn, but it got a little darker than it probably should have. Darker than what I wanted, for sure. But it was still good. But I just want to show you, even though I've got this YouTube channel, I mean, I'm not perfect. I mess up a lot in the kitchen. Matter of fact, I might come out with a blooper video sometime, because there's been some crazy stuff that happened. I don't know if you saw my pie shield video or not, but I had a prop in that video, and I was slinging it up. My son was helping me with it, and I was kind of making it look like I was tossing stuff and it was breaking things and all that. Well, I hit the ceiling. Thankfully, it didn't go through the ceiling, but I saved that little blooper for later use, or, you know, my son may try to blackmail me with that or something at some point. But anyway, I try to make videos that are enjoyable. I have fun with it. And so there's certain things I have to do just to make them more enjoyable, and hopefully you don't have a problem with it. I know I've had comments that have unsubscribed to channels and don't watch their videos because the music was too loud, and that's the only video I've really ever gotten any comments on like that. So I feel like it's okay, but I just wanted to kind of address that. And I've gotten some questions from folks about starting a Patreon channel or something like that, so that you could support my channel and what I'm trying to do. Because it is expensive to go through and, you know, try to make the recipes, and, you know, I need to get better equipment, and I mean, there's just a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of time that goes into it. And eventually my goal is to do this full time. And with support from you, I could do it. Now, the best support is just watching my videos, liking them, and sharing them, and leaving me comments on them, because that tells YouTube that, hey, I like this video, show me more like this. And so that helps me reach more and more people. But I've also gotten comments on videos like, man, that's a nasty looking blender you got. But, you know, as long as it works, I'm going to keep using it. And eventually I'd like to get better kitchen tools and things like that. But right now I can't do a Patreon channel. But I'll tell you in a second what you can do to support me. But the reason I can't do a Patreon channel, I feel that if I do a channel, if I do a subscription that you pay monthly for, I want to give you some value out of it. And right now, I just don't have the time to do that. In the future, I want to do that. I want to do some live cooking, and I may end up doing that on like a Thursday also. Just on the regular YouTube channel. But if I'm putting my name on something, I want it to be right. I want, if you're paying $10 a month to be subscribed, I want to give you some extra value that right now I just don't have time to do. Eventually I do want to do that. The other thing I don't want to do is go outside of YouTube to where you may sign up to do that and then you decide, well, I don't want to do it anymore. And I don't want you to be mad at me because it's a platform outside my control. What I do know about is YouTube. And I'm going to try to put a screen share down there on the bottom just to show you. But there's a little icon down there, kind of near the subscribe button that says thanks. And you can click on that and it goes right through YouTube. And it's a one-time deal. And if you want to donate to that, and if you want to do it once a month, that's great. But I don't want you to sign up for something that you don't know how to unsubscribe for whatever reason. And if you want to support me every month, I mean, that's absolutely awesome. I'm working full time. What I want to do with the super thanks and the super chats and everything that I get is put that right back into this channel so that I can do better and better content for you. I can get better equipment. I can get better kitchen tools. And so the more of that I get, the better I can make this channel. I want to eventually do some interviews with some people in this space that are really helping people. But that's going to take money. I want to do a documentary. I mean, that's one of my goals. I love the recipe. Recipes, to me, are the bread and butter of everything that I do. But I also want to do a documentary about a lot of the things that I've been doing on my Thursday videos, but I want to go deep into it, which is going to require some travel, which is going to require probably paying some people that are bigger names in the community. And right now I just can't do that. But I want to take the donations that I get, the thanks that I get on this YouTube platform, and eventually if I have enough subscribers and I get enough people watching every month, then I can do this full time. I'm going to have a whole cooking studio. I'm going to have the Patreon set up for you where if you go in and request a video, then I'll be working on it. I'm going to put that video out for you. And I'm still doing that now, but it'll be more over time. But anyway, just go down and click on that thanks button, and that's how I want to do it for now. Just to keep it all right on YouTube. And I appreciate all the thanks I've already gotten. I've gotten a couple new pieces of cookware that I'm going to be using with that. So you'll see that coming soon to those of you that gave some money to me. My next goal is a professional camera. Right now I'm using the cell phone, but I can really make some great videos with a little better lighting and a professional camera. So that's kind of my next goal for the channel. Just so that it's a little easier to watch for you. But yeah, right now, the money I get is going to go into new equipment, whether that be cameras or lighting or new kitchen things like the blender that y'all keep talking about. One thing that ain't going to change though is that yellow mixing bowl. That mixing bowl ain't going nowhere. That is with me for life, or until it gets repossessed, if you know the story. Anyway, speaking of kitchen tools, I've had offers from several different sponsors. One of them I've accepted. But one thing I want you to know from me, the ones I haven't accepted have been from food brands themselves that have ingredients that I don't like. And that's what I wanted to talk about here is if it's something that I don't think is going to help you, something with sketchy ingredients, and listen, I don't eat the cleanest. I mean, I've tried things before like the tortilla chips, and I'll do those keto tortillas from Aldi. Might they be bad for you? Maybe. But if I try a product and it spikes my blood sugar, then chances are good that it's going to spike a lot of people's blood sugar. I've got things I use like that low-carb pasta that are fine for me, but a lot of other people have said, hey, it raises my blood sugar. And so if I find something like that, I'm going to put a comment down there that, hey, it's fine for me, but you might want to check on this for yourself. Because I don't want to lead anybody the wrong way. And so if I don't agree with the product and I don't agree with an ingredient in it, it's not going to happen. The one that I did agree to is, and it's absolutely awesome. It's one of the best products that I have used, and that video will be coming out real soon. So if I agree with it, then I will use it and I'll recommend it to you, and I'm going to try to get a discount code for it. So that if you want to get one too after you see what I use, then, great. Which brings me to one other thing, that how you can support the channel, and you don't even have to spend any money to do it. Let me get back to the sponsorship thing in 1 second. But if you go down and you find my store, my Amazon store in the description, and you click on it, even if you don't buy anything from my store that day, but you're going to go on Amazon and buy something for yourself anyway, I get a small commission off of that just by you clicking on my store first. And then even if you don't buy anything and you buy something else yourself on Amazon, for 24 hours, I'll get a small commission on it. And I mean, it's pennies, but everything adds up. And I appreciate every last little thing. I mean, if you buy something that's $150, I might get $2 off of it. So it's not, it's not a big thing, but, doing this, every little bit adds up and everything means a lot to me. I mean, when I get my little Amazon deposit every month, it might be $20, but that $20 means a lot to me. That means that you bought something that I recommended, you think it's going to work good for you, or it's going to save you some time in the kitchen. And nothing that I'll ever promote, or nothing in my store, is ever going to be stuff that I don't use or that I don't think will be valuable to you. Without you, I don't have a channel. Without you, nobody cares. And when I started this channel, I thought, hey, if I could get 100 people, if I could change 100 people's lives, give them some information or some recipes that they can use, I mean, that's awesome. And then I got there and my goals changed, and now, I mean, you're so great to me in this channel. It blows my mind that you even want to watch me in the first place, but I'm sure glad you do, because it's up to us to spread the message. Nobody else is going to do it. Anyway, that was a little bit of a tangent there. I apologize, but anyway, if you see a product in a video that I do, you can count on it that it's going to be a good product, and it's going to save you some time, save you some money, or make your health better in some way. And the last thing I want to touch on is just trolls. I didn't know what trolls were until recently, but a troll is somebody that just comes on in the comments and tries to cause trouble. And the funny thing is, when I come back at them, they usually disappear. I don't have anybody that normally will come back on there to even respond. So why go on in the first place? My mama used to say, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all. And I kind of try to live by that unless somebody comes at me first, and I'm coming back at you. And somebody may make a comment and somebody may disagree, and that's all fine. I mean, you know, a healthy discussion's fine. But don't be mean-spirited about it, or I'm going to boot you. I want you to feel like you can come here, and it's a safe place where you can leave a comment, and you don't have to worry about getting attacked. And if you do, and you feel like that, send me an email. My email address is out down in the description too. Send me an email about it, and I'll address it. I respond to every single comment, good or bad. I leave every single comment up. I don't delete anything. Not yet, anyway. If somebody gets on there cussing and being foul and all that, then, you know, I may delete something like that. But I haven't had that happen yet. I don't expect it to. I think everybody in here is pretty respectful. So, but the trolls are lurking, so you never know what might happen. So some ideas that I have for the future, and let me know if you think this stuff's a good idea. I want to do some live cooking things. I want to do some interviews, and not like the normal interviews like, well, how did you start keto? I want to do some fun stuff where you get to know some of the people in the community. You know, some questions that not everybody's asking. I mean, just about everybody that does videos in this space has talked about their story at one time or another. And so if you watch their videos, you can kind of know the story. You know, how we got started on keto or low carb or carnivore or whatever it is. So you can watch that. You don't need to know that stuff, but maybe you want to get to know the people a little bit deeper. And that's kind of the approach that I want to do. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I definitely want to do the documentary at some point. I don't know if that's going to be in the near future or how long that'll take to put together. Like I said, it's probably going to be expensive for me, and it's going to require travel. It's going to require, I've already gotten deep into some of the stuff, and so anyway, that'll probably be a little ways down the road. But I just want to continue to make the channel better and better for you. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to the what I eat in a day thing, and a lot of times that's just my recipe videos, but I do have one coming up where I did a week where I kind of cut back and did a high protein, the high pro thing, like my Keto 2.0 video. I did a high protein week on that, so I'll post that soon for you too. But I just got a lot of exciting things coming, a lot of things in the works. Got a new collaboration with Chris Cook in Nashville coming that I'm super excited about. I mean, me and him have got to be real good friends, and so I think there's going to be some real big things coming with me and him in the future, but look out for that video that's coming Saturday. And if you've got any suggestions on things that you think would be good on the channel, please leave it down in the comments for me. I value all your time. Sorry this is a little bit of a longer video, but I just had some stuff I wanted to cover, some questions I've been asked, and just want to go over everything the way I see it right now. So thank you as always for sharing these videos and commenting. That's the things you can do to help me without spending a single penny. Sharing, liking these videos, commenting on them, and watching them. And listen, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be a good one. Oh yeah, and talking too much? Yeah, I talk too much. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Ask my teachers in school. That was on my report card every single time.